Hi everyone. This video is regarding point price elasticity. I'm assuming that you have read the notes on the website here talking about the type of data that we might be using to estimate a demand equation, looking at this from a regression analysis standpoint, what our hypotheses are about these beta terms, and then ultimately how we use those beta terms to calculate elasticities. So let's say that you had some data person run a regression given this data across maybe several different locations. You had prices differed a little bit, the quantities, etc. So the data person comes back and gives you two types of analyses. One is descriptive analyses, for the average values for your data. Quantity purchased of the good or service was $1,500 on average across these locations. Average price was $2. Incomes varied by location, but the average was $10,000, and the price of related goods of some related good was $5. Okay, and that's the descriptive analysis. Now the regression analysis comes back as here. These are the coefficients. So he comes back with this is beta 0, which is the constant. Beta 1, which we're very interested in. Oops, let me turn on my pen here. Oh no. Beta 1 here is minus 700. So what does that tell us? Is that what we would expect? Well, yeah, because demand curves slope downwards. That means they have a negative slope. So by theory, we would expect beta 1 to be negative. The relationship between price and quantity demanded is the demand curve. So since demand curves always slope down practically and theoretically and realistically given the theory that we know, this should be negative. Okay, beta 2 here is positive 0.12. So this is beta 2. This is the relationship. If income goes up $1, how much is quantity demand affected? Well, this is positive. Since beta 2 is positive, that means and income goes up and your quantity of demand goes up, holding everything else constant. This is suggestive that this is a normal good. Okay, normal. Okay, so the good that we are studying here is a normal good. And then beta 3 here is the relationship between the price of a related good and the good that we're talking about in question. And so this beta 3 is equal to negative 0.5. And as the notes say, this suggests that this is the two goods we're talking about are, not substitutes, but complements. Okay? They're goods that are bought together. So if the price of a complementary good goes up, we may buy less of the combination. So there's a negative effect on our good. Okay. So that's how you would use regression, interpret these theoretically. Okay, these beta coefficients. Now what we want to do is we really want to use this data to calculate point price elasticities. Because why? Well, maybe next year we plan on increasing this price a little bit. Well, the price elasticity will tell us what we would expect to have, how we would expect it to affect the number of purchases for this. Or perhaps income is going to go down due to a recession. Well, the income elasticity would help us determine the likely effects it will have on our business. And then finally, if the price of the related good is perhaps hit due to catastrophe, how will that affect our business? So that's why these price elasticities are key. Okay, so back to the lecture notes. We see that our beta coefficients help us calculate these elasticities. We need beta 1 times some price level divided by our quantity. So for now, what beta 1 is easy. That's minus 700. Okay. Now, what price level would we use? Well, we could, or what price level, what quantity level? Well, we could use this at various levels. We're going to do it at the mean here, but you could do this at high levels of price, etc. Again, you would want to kind of set your levels how you would want them, but we're going to do this at the average level. Okay, so the level of the average. So the average price was $2. Okay, and then the average quantity is 1,500. So our point price elasticity of demand is simply this equation, which we'll put into our calculator: 700 times 2 divided by 1,500. Okay, that gives us 0.93, and of course this is negative because we had a negative 700, but 0.93. Okay. Second, for income elasticity of demand, we do the same thing, except we use our income beta 2. Beta 2 times some level of income over, again, quantity demanded. Okay, beta 2 is 0.12. Again, we'll just use averages at our mean level, 10,000, and our quantity demanded at the average is 1,500. And that, we go back to our calculator, 0.12 times 10 divided by 1,500. And that gives us an income elasticity of 0.8. Okay. So go back to elasticity to infer what these things mean. So this is a fairly strong normal good. Increase in income has a fairly strong effect on it. Of course, so this would indicate minus 0.93 that this is inelastic, but it is getting close to that one threshold of becoming elastic. Same here. Finally, for cross-price elasticity, you set that up in the same way, but I'm going to let you do that. So beta 3, you want to have your price of related goods over quantity demanded, and you have the data there to plug that in and calculate that. Okay, good luck with it.